Hello guys, welcome to this class. It's really good to have you again. In this lesson, we will be discussing the basic HTML tags. HTML tags contains the opening tag, the content, and the closing tag. Although some HTML tags are unclosed, HTML tags are used to create documents and render properties. So by the end of this lesson, you will learn three major things. Number one, the basic HTML tags and how they are used. Number two, you will learn how to work with the heading and the paragraph tags. And lastly, you will learn how to make comments on your text editor.
Let's begin by looking at some basic HTML tags and their description. Here we have about 9 basic HTML tags we'll be looking at and know what they are being used for, and we will be using these tags as we proceed with our lessons. The first tag we have is the HTML tag. The HTML tag defines an HTML document. The next tag we have is the body tag. The body tag defines the document's body, which is the whole content of the HTML body. The next tag we have is the footer. Footer defines the bottom of the document. Here also, you can add additional information to your HTML document. We have the H1 to H6 tag here. This defines header 1 to header 6 on our HTML document. We have the P tag. The P tag simply defines a paragraph. We have the break or line break tag, which is a B arrow. This inserts a single line break on our HTML document. We also have the H arrow tag, which we call the horizontal tag. Now this defines the horizontal row in a document. Also, we have a comment, a multi-line comment tag, and it defines a multi-line comment. And note, it has an exclamation with 2 dashes on it. So once we do this, it gives a comment, and there will be that comment will not be visible or displayed on our web browser. We also have the single line comments. Whereas you don't want your comment to exceed a line, you make use of this comment, these double slashes here. So these are the basic HTML tags we have looked at now. We'll see more as we go on with the class. Now let's look at few of these basic HTML tags. And the first HTML tags we'll be looking at now is the heading tags. Headings are defined with the H1 to H6 tags. H1 defines the largest heading, while H6 defines the smallest. This is an example of how our H1 to H6 tags looks like on our text editor. When we use the heading tag, it helps us get a topic or clarity or emphasis on our text. The next tag we're looking at is paragraph tag. Paragraph tags are defined with the P tag. I want you to think of a paragraph as a block of text. For example, this is how we type in our paragraph tags on our text editor, and this is a block of text. This is its own sentence, just as we write down sentences or make sentences on our notebooks. The other tag we are looking at is the line break tag. The line break tag is used when you want to start a new line but don't want to start a new paragraph. It forces a line break wherever you place it. For example, here, this example, we made a line break here, which is if you go ahead and try this example on our text editor, after this we'll have a line break, which is it continues the paragraph but it starts from a new line. So after the para 2, the same thing. So we could go ahead and try this on our text editor, but we'll do that very soon. So the next tag we're looking at is the horizontal rule tag. The horizontal element or tag is used for horizontal rules that act as dividers between sections. Horizontal rules does not have a closing tag, which is this particular tag does not have a closing tag, and this is what we call empty tags. They don't have a closing tag. Likewise, the line break tag is an empty tag because it does not have a closing tag. The other tag we're looking at is comments in HTML. Writing comments in HTML. The comment tag is used to insert a comment in the HTML source code. A comment can be placed anywhere in the document, and the browser will ignore everything inside the brackets, which is the browser will not be able to display whatever we place inside the comments. There are two ways we add comments: the multi-line comment and the single line comment. You can use comments to write notes to yourself or write helpful message to someone looking at your source code. A good way to use a comment is whereas you are writing or programming and you want some other person to understand what you're doing. You use comments to explain your code or the lines of code to someone. HTML headings. HTML headings are defined with the H1 tag to the H6 tags. H1 defines the largest heading, while the H6 defines the smallest. H1 means heading 1. So I'll be showing you how the HTML heading tags looks like. So on our screen, we'll have to put down our HTML syntax. Remember, now we have our HTML syntax. Let's call this HTML headings. Let's give the page, the title of the page, HTML headings. So having done that, we'll come in between the opening tag, body tag, and the closing body tag, and we'll begin to write, type in H1 tags. Oops, I don't want to use a caps lock. H1 tag. Say this would say this is a heading. This is a heading. All we have to do is come down, say H2 tag. All I have to do is highlight this and copy to save time. So all we just have to do is to paste it. We'll say H3. These are the various HTML heading tags, which defines the largest from the largest to the smallest. You say H4, paste, H5, paste. This is the heading. The last H6, which is the smallest. we paste, then we save our work. Now all we have to do is right click, open in browser, and let's see. Now you see how the HTML heading looks like. We have the H1, which is the largest, H1, we have the H2, we have the H3, we have the H4, we have the H5, and we have the H6, which is the smallest. So let's continue by looking at some other HTML tags. We have the B tag, which defines the bold text. When you want to make your text bold, we have the big tag. Now this defines the big text. When you want to make your text big, we have the italic tag. Now the italic tag defines your text or controls your text or makes your text appear in an italic form. We have the small tag. This makes your text small. We have the superscript tag. This makes your text superscripted by placing them at the top. Now we also have the subscript tag. The subscript tag makes your text subscripted. And lastly here, we have our block quote tag. Now the block quote tag defines a long quotation. So you could go ahead and check this out on your text editor, make some text and use the HTML tags which I've just shown you here to try it out.
Now that you have come to the end of this class, you'll learn two major things. You'll learn about some basic HTML tags like the P tag and the H1 to H6 tags. The P tag defines the paragraph on our web page, while the H1 to H6 tags defines the heading for our web page. You also learn how to add comments to the web page. There are two major ways to add comments to the web page: single line and multi-line. I believe you had so much fun in this class. See you in the next one.